There's one trait that all rich people have in common, and you know what it is? Every single successful businessman, and honestly, money aside, if you want to be successful regardless of your monetary worth, I think this trait determines whether or not someone can be considered a successful human being. Like mastering the game of life, I would say. And that trait is stoicism. If you are not able to be mindful of your thoughts and your emotions and control yourself from acting upon them, you will have a very, very hard time in the game of business and in the game of life, because inevitably there are going to be circumstances in your life that happen to you that are going to send you in a whirlwind of emotions, in a whirlwind of chaos, and the quality of your life, your whole life, not just your business, but literally your whole life, comes down to how you navigate these problems and these situations and these circumstances. So, let's say someone fucks you over in your business and you don't take the time to sit back and calculate how you want to respond to this person. Let's say you went over the moon for this person, you treated them very well, you paid them very well, etc., and then they decide to cross you, stab you in the back. This is a very important time for you to be reflective and introspective and take a seat. Take a seat in the back and just look and observe all of the possible outcomes, because the butterfly effect is a very important thing to understand. The butterfly effect is basically every single micro decision that you make can send you down a completely different trajectory of your life had you made a different decision. So let's say someone crosses you in your business, and let's say you decide to be like, what are you doing, you fucking idiot, this is so stupid, why would you do this? That could literally completely change the entire outcome of your future. Whereas if you were to say, take the back seat and maybe just not even say anything at all and sit with it for a few days and let them reach out to you, that could completely change the entire direction of your future. And I don't think people understand the magnitude of the butterfly effect and how important it is to be intentional about literally every single decision that you're making, because the things that you say can't be unsaid and the things that you do can't be undone. So when you're just going about your life, it's important to live freely and not take everything so seriously, but having the ability to understand what decisions are the big decisions and what conversations are the big conversations, the ones where you really need to be intentional, that is an incredible skill set and a trait to possess, because ultimately the reason why I'm here in this life and succeeding and living the life that I want to live and have the freedom is because I understood the butterfly effect. I understood that small actions consistently lead to very big changes. And throughout my course of my whole career, I've known when the big decisions are going to have big consequences, and knowing when to actually seriously sit back, be mindful of my emotions, and pray about it. Most importantly, genuinely really pray about it and ask God for clarity and direction and guidance over what is the proper decision. Because there's a quote that my mom always tells me this whenever I come to her with any sort of problem and say like, yada yada is happening, this guy fucked me over, I really want to fucking scream at him and call him a retard. But my mom always tells me, take the longest road with the highest view. Basically just means be the better person, be the bigger person. Even if that means sometimes you feel like you're getting fucked over, people remember the last thing you said to them more than anything you ever said to them. Let's say you treated them phenomenally throughout your whole relationship, but the last conversation you had, you left a bitter taste in their mouth. They're gonna remember that more than everything you ever did for them. So when it comes down to that last conversation, potentially, it's incredibly important. And maybe it's not even the last conversation. Maybe it's just a conversation with your business partner who helps you tremendously, or a business that you do business with and you guys pay each other a lot of money. If you guys aren't both able to sit back, or maybe the other party's not able to take a step back and, from a grounded perspective. So throughout your whole life, very few people you're going to observe actually have this ability to be disciplined and be mindful and be stoic and watch and observe before speaking. So it makes it even more important for you to be able to practice that, because if you want to win, you're going to experience getting fucked over, walked all over, and it's not like the movies where you can be like, no one's gonna fucking do me like that. People are inevitably gonna do you like that, and that's just the truth. And you can either be a big boy about it, someone who just like takes it to the chin and just says, all right, fuck it, on to the next thing. I don't need this person. I don't need their business. Whatever it may be, figure it the fuck out. Or you can be a little girl about it and think, oh my God, I can't believe you did this to me. Which winners don't do. Winners take it to the chin and go on to the next thing, because they have complete and utter confidence in themselves to know that they don't need anybody. They don't rely on anybody, because they have the will, they have the grit, and they have the determination to figure out some other way, shape, or form, rather than relying on other people to do it. So this is more regarding to business that I've been talking about so far, and in terms of stoicism and being able to try to make the best decision not only for yourself but for your company. It's a really hard thing to do. It takes a lot of practice and a lot of mindfulness. And basically, you just need to be thinking about what you're thinking about. Like, ask yourself, how often do I think about what I'm thinking about? Because it's really like a muscle. Like, often I try to ask myself, how much more productive things could I be thinking about? Because the truth is, the reason why I'm successful is because I've oriented my brain to only think about things that are going to progress me. Because why would I spend my time thinking about something that's not going to progress me? Why would I spend my time thinking about something that's literally just a waste of fucking time? Because your mental real estate is the most valuable real estate on the planet, in the world, more expensive than fucking Malibu real estate on the ocean. Your mental state is the most important real estate, because Steve Jobs, Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk have accomplished all of these things because they're intentional about what they think about. And the system wants to keep you so distracted that you never take the time to think about what you're thinking about, because they know how powerful a conscious being can be. They know how powerful your mind can actually be when you're using it intentionally. So they want to keep you numb and dumb. Entertainment, pornography, gambling as much as possible, because they don't want you to realize how powerful you are. So you got to be intentional about what you're thinking about. Think about what you're thinking about more often. And I know this is a majority of a guy's channel who watch this. Girls fucking love that shit. When a girl can see that you're an actual rational thinking, mature girls anyway, like college girls, totally different equation. They're literally balls of emotion that have no idea what's going on. Sorry, college girls. A mature girl, a high value woman, whatever you want to call it, will really, really, really respect if you're able to take a step back and observe before acting and think before you say. Like, some girls I'll be in a conversation with, and she'll be like, why aren't you saying that much about like this conversation we're having? I'm just like, well, because I'm thinking. I'm not just going to start spewing the first thoughts that come to my mind, especially in an important conversation, because I can't unsay things. So I'm going to sit back and think about what the best thing to say is before I just spew. Dude, who's calling me right now? Sorry. Ultimately, be more mindful of what you're thinking about and never act on something because of how you feel. Ever. Business, relationships, friendships, always try to take a rational decision, because that will yield you the highest quality of life that you can live. So, love you guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to subscribe. A lot of you guys watch these and you aren't subscribed. What the fuck? Subscribe. Come on. Thumbnail. Peace.